So, I'm like watching this showcase or whatever the case may be, State of Play by Sony, and the main thing for me is I'm like, what was the point of that? For me anyway. I guess I just don't really see the point of that. I don't know. Like, I'm very curious to hear what you guys all think about that. For me, that's kind of my initial thought process. I'm still kind of letting it process personally, but I am scratching my head trying to figure out what Sony is trying to do.
What the hell is that?
I mean, I really hate to be negative on this whole thing, but I'm just watching it and I'm thinking to myself, there was really no need for that to be announced at all. I just honestly don't think that it's something that most people really cared about, and listen, I was thinking that there was going to be some Xbox game announcements there. That would have been better than what we actually got. I mean, granted, we're all different types of gamers, and I totally understand that. But at the same point in time, it's like, for me, okay, it's like a lot of stuff most of the stuff we had already seen was already previously announced. There was nothing really there that warranted a show of its own, and it just reminds me of how poor, like this generation has been overall, and that's super unfortunate. Because there's certain times when I feel like, oh man, this generation is actually going pretty decent, and then of course there's sometimes like this where I'm just reminded that it's not going well at all, and it's just one of those things where I'm kind of shocked by how poor it's going, and I honestly hope that we see a point in this generation that turns. I mean, what was kind of surprising was seeing stuff announced on PlayStation 4. Like, to me, that was very shocking. Okay, well, here's something that's also coming to PS4. Are you serious? Honestly, just not a good showing. I know some people will try to damage control it. If I were to give it a grade, I would give it a D-. It's like Days Gone Remastered. Hey, you played... And Days Gone is a decent game, but it's like the longest freaking game in the history of games. And so I just feel like, that's something that realistically were people really asking for a Days Gone remaster? Really? Like, I don't get it. There was like a new IP revealed at the end from Housemarque, who and the whole time I'm thinking, is this another roguelike game? If so, like, who really cares? Like, the last game sold piss poor. These games look, not great at all. And, it just honestly, I don't understand why this is happening. Why can't we get, more of these kind of games, like better games announced or something? Everything kind of is starting to run together a little bit. Maybe you guys are feeling that. A lot of these games are running together. It's like, oh, DLC, this, that, it's here's a remaster, here's a remake. To me anyway, it feels like there's a lot of this stuff kind of running together. And I think the thing that hurts the most is, as an Xbox fan, right? Like, and I'm an Xbox fan. Don't kid yourself. What I would say is, I'm an Xbox fan, and I just feel like at this particular time, Microsoft could be absolutely destroying PlayStation. PlayStation can't get out of their own way, right? They can't. Let's just be real. They cannot get out of their own way, and yet here we are, and I'm kind of looking at this thinking, man, if only what could have been, right? What could have been, because Sony is doing these shows that are absolutely putrid. Microsoft finally has like this huge edge in like their showcases and things like that, and yet we're kind of still left in this weird world where, you know, us as gamers are scratching our head wondering what the hell is going on. You know, like, I don't even know what to say. It's like, I guess the main thing that I'm asking for is, like, I don't know, when was the last time we've got an announcement from, you know, from PlayStation, their first party stuff, like something new. Like, I get it, they bet big on this other stuff, but there was the leaks. Where's the Venom game? You know, where's Wolverine? That was announced, what, 4 or 5 years ago. Supposedly, you know, Sony Santa Monica's second team is working on something. Where's that at? Where's something to kind of tide people over? I get that things might be years away still, but you have to do something. You know, same in the same way that Microsoft did something years ago. You guys might remember. You know, I mean, you had to announce something because, you know, people were tired of waiting, and you know, at the end of the day, as a PlayStation 5 owner, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I don't understand the thought process here. I don't understand why, you know, this is happening. It's like, okay, Lies of P expansion, okay, Onimusha reboot or whatever, and Onimusha remaster coming, Saros, the next game from Housemarque, Metal Eden, you know, Days Gone remastered. You know, I thought the Metal Gear Solid Delta trailer confirmed the leaked release date. Borderlands 4, you know, this Shinobi game that looked like it had a bad frame rate issue or something. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but it didn't look great. You know, I haven't turned on my PlayStation 5 this year, guys. That's, you know, a bit of a problem. So, you know, again, you sort of say woulda, shoulda, coulda if Microsoft would have had any type of management, you know, some type of management, some type of thing that, you know, that they could have done something half right anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't see it yet. It's just like Microsoft haven't done a really good job of making sure that people have this idea of a reason why to buy an Xbox. Like, this year should be kicking ass. They should be getting ready to go on Avowed, but now people know that's probably going to come to PlayStation. And, you know, Doom is coming to PlayStation, and Outer Worlds 2 is coming to PlayStation, and, you know, all this stuff is going to eventually come to PlayStation. If they had just stayed the course, I feel like they could have really nailed it, and they could have got, you know, something great, you know. Yeah, I don't know. The show wasn't for me. Like, Microsoft, they can't do anything. Like, Sony, luckily, I don't know. For me anyway, I feel like Sony, I'm kind of perplexed. They just must not see Microsoft as any type of threat, you know, at all. Honestly, you know, there were people going, oh, we might see the next this or the God of War trilogy, and, you know, we might see Halo Master Chief Collection or Hellblade 2 or, you know, or something, and we got like a big FU basically. Like, I don't know, that wasn't it. That was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen, and, you know, I'm trying to be as kind as I possibly can. You know, Microsoft's response to that is probably just laughter. To be quite honest about it, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine that they're, you know, too worried about any of this stuff. That, like, again, they're not worried, but they're not exactly competing themselves, which is why Sony isn't really doing anything themselves. So, yeah, we kind of had this weird situation going on, and it is really, really unfortunate. I don't even know what to say at this point, but, you know, it's a disappointed show. I don't know, like, gaming, what's it going to be? What's it become? It just seems like it's kind of not in a great spot right now. I don't know what to say. You know, as a PlayStation owner, they're really in an odd spot, in my opinion. You know, they do these state of plays. I don't know when they've done the last, like, big first party blowout showcase, like how they would do an E3 or whatever, but it's been a while, and I think that's severely needed. Hopefully someday we'll see something like that. I don't know. This is a pretty pathetic showing, though, overall. You know, I have to say I'm I'm fairly disappointed in what was shown, and just in general, the lack of urgency from Sony to show anything halfway decent. And to me, anyway, I don't know. I get not all games are for me, but again, they haven't showed something that's for me in years. So let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.